Howdy! Welcome to Aspire Mountain Academy. I'm Professor Curtis, your instructor for this course in Introductory Statistics. In less than 10 minutes, this video demonstrates how to construct normal quantile plots in StatCrunch and provide some practice making and interpreting them. Let's get started. So let's just dive in right here. We're going to show you how to make the normal quantile plot using the Oscar winner ages data file in our StatCrunch group. Here we go. Okay, I'm here in the Oscar winner ages file in our StatCrunch group, and I'm going to show you how to use this data, or really any data set, to make a normal quantile plot. So to start with, once I have my data here in StatCrunch, I'm going to go to Graph, QQ Plot. In the Options window, I'm going to select the column where my data is located. Then down here, this box under Other Options, I'm going to check this box next to Normal Quantiles on the y-axis. The reason for this is because the convention that's adopted into StatCrunch by default is to put the quantiles on the x-axis. But for your assignments, and really anywhere else I've seen a normal quantile plot in industry, the quantiles have always been on the y-axis. So you want to make sure that you check this box so you can match apples with apples. Come down here and click Compute when you're done, and there's your normal quantile plot. Easy peasy. Hope that helped you. Yeah, so just by way of review here, normal quantile plots in StatCrunch, you make them by going to Graph, QQ Plot. Then in your Options window, make sure you select the option for placing the quantiles on the y-axis. Press Compute, and then out comes your normal quantile plot. Okay. Keep in mind, you can always resize that window with your plot by dragging the edges in or out. This is really helpful, especially if you're trying to, compare what you make in StatCrunch with the answer choices that are given to you in an assignment. This way, you can match apples with apples. So what we're going to do now is look through some examples. We're going to give you some practice making these normal quantile plots. And if you want to follow along in the very next examples, go ahead, get into StatCrunch and open up the Oscar winner ages file. And then you can follow along. In fact, the first example that we have is the one we just showed you in the little video embedded in the video. So in our previous mini lectures, we've always assumed that the best actress data was normally distributed. But is it normally distributed in reality? So what I want you to do now is stop the video, go back into StatCrunch, and see if you can produce your normal quantile plot to answer this question. And then come back here and we'll see how well you did. If you want a refresher, go ahead and rewind the video, and it'll show you how to make the normal quantile plot that you need to make for this very example here. Okay, hope you came back with the right answer. Let's see how you did. So when testing normality, the first thing we want to do is make a histogram. So hope you made your histogram, and it should look something like this. So we can see here in this particular histogram, okay, we've got a skewness to our distribution, and we've got some outliers here. In fact, there's 3 of them, at least 3 of them. Yeah, there's like, 1, 2, more like 6 outliers. So, right there, because we got more than one outlier, we don't really need to look at the normal quantile plot. We're not going to be normally distributed. But, if we were to make a normal quantile plot, it should look something like this. Okay. Again, notice the curvature that you get in your data in the normal quantile plot. This is an indication that the original the data you're graphing there actually have some skewness to it. So they're not going to conform to that red line, and therefore they're not normally distributed. While we're in that same data file, let's go ahead and do the same thing with the best actor data. Previously, we've assumed that this data was normally distributed, but is it in reality? Well, let's find out. Go ahead and stop the video, check this out in StatCrunch, and then come back here and we'll see how well you did. Okay, let's see how well you did with this. First thing you want to do is make a histogram. So we make our histogram, and it's looking better than the best actress data. So yeah, we do have a general bell shape, and then we also have only one outlier in our distribution. So looking good so far. Go ahead and make that normal quantile plot. It should look something like this. And yeah, you do kind of see sort of a snaking effect here, where you've got below, above, below, more or less there. But, given that we've got a general bell-shaped curve and only one outlier with our histogram, we're going to go ahead and just say this is normally distributed data. Let's go ahead and switch for now. Let's go ahead and look at the POTUS data file, because we've assumed that the data we have here in this file is normally distributed. So let's go ahead and first look at the data for the number of days that U.S. presidents spend in office. We've assumed that's normally distributed, but is it really? Go ahead, get into that data file after you stop the video, and then check this out, and then come back here and we'll see how well you did. Okay, let's see how well you did with this. So first thing we're going to do is make a histogram. So here's our histogram, and wow, yeah, definitely not a bell-shaped curve that we're looking at here. So we do have only one outlier, but that shape of the distribution is not what we're going to say conforms with a normal distribution. So if we want, we could stop right here and say we're not normally distributed. However, if you want, put the clincher, the icing on the cake, so to speak, we could go ahead and make that normal quantile plot. If we did, it would look something like this. Definitely these points are not conforming to that straight line, and so we go ahead and conclude that these data are not normally distributed. Let's go ahead and look at one more example there in our POTUS data file. We've looked before in previous mini lectures at the heights of U.S. presidents, and we've done some statistics with that data. We've assumed that those data are normally distributed, but are they really normally distributed? Go ahead, stop the video, get into that data, find out the answer to that question is, and then come back and we'll see how well you did. Okay, let's see how well you did with this. So, first thing you're going to do is make a histogram. So when you go ahead and make that histogram, it's going to look something like this. This is the height data in the POTUS data file. And notice, yeah, it looks like it's a little skewed, but generally speaking, you could say that there's a bell shape to it and the presence of no outliers. Some students would look at this and say, yeah, it goes down and then goes back up. It doesn't go down by very much. And so here we're just going to go ahead and just assume this is just kind of like a blip in the road, so to speak. The normal quantile plot looks pretty promising with those data points more or less conforming with that straight red line that we see there. So we're going to go ahead and conclude that these data are normally distributed. That brings us to the end of this mini lecture. I hope you found it helpful. You can find more mini lectures for this and other courses at AspireMountainAcademy.com. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.